right, let's go ahead and get started with today's workout. So today we will be doing a 45-minute strength and stretch Pilates workout. This workout is great for all levels, beginners all the way to advanced. If you want to go ahead and make your way to your mat, we'll begin. And additional note here, if you have a water bottle, go ahead and keep that next to you for today's workout, as I will cue for a water break during our session. So make your way to the middle of your mat with your legs hip distance apart. I want you to go ahead and extend the fingertips down with the thumb pointing forward. With knees soft and pelvis in neutral, I want you to inhale as you bring your hands up and over, palms flip around to the back and repeat. So you're going to inhale, bring the arms up and over. Exhale, fingertips point down and repeat, okay? Arm circles here. Really focus on your lateral breath technique, okay? And if you need a refresher, always hit up that beginner guide through the platform to give you any reminders you might need for the different techniques we use in Pilates. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and interlace the fingers here. I want your legs a little bit wider than hip distance apart. You're going to come on down. And then bend at the knees slightly, and then I want you to rock back and forth, okay? We're going to focus on loosening up any tension or tightness you might have in the low spine. So you're just going to rock side to side, keep the fingers interlaced, relax the neck, so try not to grip with your neck. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Release the hands. You're going to come back up to standing. From here, let's go ahead and warm up the neck, but first reset your posture. So bring your shoulders up, down, and back. With your body still, engaging your abdominals and glutes. I want you to inhale as you turn your head to the side of the room. Exhale, bring your head back to center. Inhale, turn your head the opposite direction. Exhale, bring your head back to center. One more time, both ways. You're turning your neck just as far as you can feel a decent stretch down the front. Nicely done. Come back to center. We inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, you're going to look down at the floor with that slight double chin, okay? And that creates that space between the vertebra and the cervical spine. One more time. You're going to look up at the ceiling as you inhale and exhale as you look down at the floor. Nicely done. From here, I want you to go ahead and bring your chin to your shoulder, and you're going to do little rolls right to left. So again, keep that slight double chin to create that length down the back of the cervical spine. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and place your hand on the side of your head, and then bring your head to the side for a slight stretch. Again, lengthening the muscles through the side of the neck. Oftentimes, if you sit at a desk or you find that you're hunched forward, your shoulders are rounded forward, you can get this tightness in your mid-back and your traps area. Release that hand. Same thing, opposite side. Gentle stretch here. So by focusing on a few neck stretches, that can help you throughout your day. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Roll out the wrists. We inhale as we bring the hands up, down, and around as we exhale. Again, inhale, up, down, and around. Knees are soft. Hands come to the sides. Palms face the mat. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Exhale, and we do arm circles, okay? Little bit bigger. And reverse. Small arm circles, opposite direction. Palms face the mat. Little bit bigger here. Keep your body still. 2, and 1. Nicely done. Extending the hands forward, palms facing the floor. I want you to inhale as you protract the scapula forward. And as you exhale, you're going to retract back. So pinch the shoulder blades together. Nicely done. Last time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring the scapula back. Hands come overhead. Palms are facing. Inhale, you elevate the scapula up. And exhale as you decompress the scapula back down. Last one. Nicely done. Hands come down to the sides. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring your heels together, toes pointing to the sides. Engaging your inner thighs. Hands come overhead, interlacing the fingers. The pointer finger extended. You inhale as you side bend up and over, feeling that nice stretch through the intercostal rib muscles and the obliques. Inhale, side bend up and over, opposite direction. Exhale, use your abdominals to draw you back to setup position. One more time on both sides. So again, pretend that you're bending up and over a barrel. You're going to bend at the bra line. Nicely done. Stay in this position with your feet. You're going to inhale as you plie down and exhale as you come up. So through this motion, I want you to go ahead and keep your abdominals and your glutes engaged. And as you come up, I want you to engage your inner thighs at the top. So we inhale, plie down, and exhale, come up. Stand tall, find length throughout your spine. Nicely done. Making sure the weight isn't rounded in towards your big toes. You're gonna distribute that weight throughout all of your toes. Okay, we're warming up the knee and ankle flexors here. And as we strengthen the knee and ankle flexors, that will help create a stable base throughout our lower body. So that way, when our trunk is strong, that will help for a more stable spine as well. Last one. Nicely done. From here, step it out, second position plie. Fix your pelvis, make sure it's in neutral. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Now as you come up, I want you to focus on engaging your outer thighs. Okay. So squeeze your quads at the top. Nice squeeze. Squeeze the glutes as well. Again, stand tall, find length in the spine, making sure your shoulders aren't rounded forward. If they are, reset them by bringing them up, down, and back. You want that ballerina-like posture, right? Okay. Think length through your muscles. Last one. Nicely done. Inhale as you come down and hold it. From here, I want you to go ahead and place your hands on your hip bones while staying focused on one center in the room. Okay, so focus your energy. You're going to inhale as you lift one of the heels up, set it back down. Inhale, lift the other heel up. Exhale, set it back down. I want you to try to keep your hips as level as you can during this releve. Okay, we're focusing on ankle stabilization here. Last one. Nicely done. Stay down. And we're going to pulse. Okay, get the blood flowing. Engaging your quads, warming up the lower body. Don't hold your breath. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Come up. Go ahead and do a few gate openers here. Just bring your legs up, down, and around without losing your balance. Okay. Opening up the hip joint here for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Hands come down to your sides. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and come into a split stance. Come to the side here for demonstration purposes. Now first, shift your pelvis to neutral position. Okay, so if your booty's sticking out, tuck your pelvis. Engaging your abdominals and glutes. I want you to inhale as you come down and exhale as you come back up. So we inhale, come down. Exhale, come up, engaging your glutes and your quads at the top. Nice steady breath here. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Come down and hold it. Okay, make sure your shoulders are up, down, and back with the palms extended, palms facing. Hold this move for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Same thing, opposite side, okay? So split stance. Shift your pelvis to neutral position first. So you're going to shift your pelvis forward. Bring your shoulders up, down, and back. You're going to come in that split stance move once more. So we inhale, come up, and exhale, come down, engaging your glutes and your quads at the top. Okay, I want you to move at a nice controlled pace that feels right to you today during this workout. Okay. Challenge yourself today, focusing on your mind-body connection and how you want to feel when you're done with this workout. Okay. You can do anything for 45 minutes. Okay. So it's time for you to help strengthen your body as well as your mind with these mindful movements that we focus on in Pilates. Last one, down and up. Here we go. Come down and hold it. Keep your core connection strong. Hands extended. Breathe through it for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Nicely done. Alrighty. So from here, you can go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it, and then we'll be heading into the mat portion of our workout next. Alright. So let's go ahead and begin this mat portion by sitting crisscross, nice and tall on your sits bones. Okay. Let's reset our posture by bringing our shoulders up, down, and back. From here, engaging your abdominals, I want you to bring the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers with the thumb at the jawline. Push your head back into your hands and then open up your chest wide. Inhale, sit up tall, and as you exhale 2 times, you're going to pulse to the side. The first shallow, the second deeper. You really use that exhale to get through the most difficult part of the motion. So for example, in this seated twist, the twisting, you may feel your body be a little bit stiff, okay, more stiffness or tightness through your mid-spine. So exhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, okay? Helping create length through the spine, aiding in that posture correction. This one's also really good if you might have a desk job. You could take a break, do this during the day, okay? If you feel that tightness or stiffness through your mid-spine or your neck. Last time, opposite side. Nicely done. From here, place one hand down, opposite hand comes up and over for 3, 2, 1. Opposite palm comes down. That other hand comes up and over as we reach, reach, reach. Think lengthening the muscles for 3, 2, and 1. Both palms meet the mat. Now I want you to go ahead and bring your legs behind you. Now from here, let's go ahead and begin in our prone position exercises. So set up correctly by placing your palms underneath your shoulders, legs hip distance apart, okay? I want you to try to sink down into those shoulder blades, heart shines forward. If your head is sagging down, retract it back. Shift your pelvis to neutral. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Exhale, extend opposite hand and leg long. And then you're going to bring your elbow to your knee. Okay. You can also come onto a fist if that feels better to you. So your elbow and knee touch, and then you reach and extend long. Inhale, come together. Exhale, reach long. Okay. Nice steady movements. Focus on core control. Moving with a steady pace for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Come back to setup position. Now with that same leg that you worked, I want you to go ahead and keep your pelvis in neutral. Inhale, extend left leg long. You're going to lower and lift. So we lower and lift, okay? Keep the glutes engaged to minimize any discomfort in your low spine. I also want you to lift only as high as you can maintain that same position in your pelvis. So if you're able to lift higher than hip height, okay, your hips might twist. Go ahead and keep them in the same spot as we lower and lift. We inhale and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Bend at the knee. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and tap the knee to the mat and lift. Tap the knee to the mat and lift as we inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay. Should feel your stabilizing hip Start to warm up, okay, the leg that you're not working. Those muscles on the outer side of the hip you should feel right now. So your side booty for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Go ahead and relax your pelvis. From here, set up in that correct position, sink into those shoulder blades, shift your pelvis to neutral, legs hip distance apart. Inhale, oops, wrong side. Inhale, reach opposite side of the body, okay? And exhale, bring your elbow to knee, okay? Reach long, extending limbs away from the body. So you inhale, come together, and exhale, reach long. Okay, moving with control for 3, 2, really round forward, last one, and reach. Nicely done. Come back into that setup position, shift your pelvis to neutral. Inhale, engage. You're going to lower the opposite leg that you did not work. Exhale, lift. So I want your pelvis to not shift, okay? I don't want there to be an arch in your low back during this move. Okay, so go ahead, stay in that same position and only lift up the leg hip height, okay? Heart shines forward. Make sure your head isn't sagging down. Retract it back. Really, the key in Pilates is moving with that controlled pace to make sure you're targeting the correct muscles, but also to be in the correct setup. Okay, that's why I created that beginner's guide on the platform to help people who maybe just starting out their Pilates journey, or who might need a refresher with those tips to make sure you're in the correct form. And I promise you that as you are in that correct form, you'll feel it a lot more. You'll get those results that you're looking for. Last one. Inhale, lower, stay with me. Exhale, lift. Nicely done. Bend at the knee. Inhale, lower, tap the knee to the mat. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Okay. Isolating just that right leg now. You should feel those stabilizing muscles on the opposite hip. Start to warm up. Whew. Nicely done, friends, for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. From here, I want you to go ahead and come down onto your stomach for the laying prone position. So for our full body move, extend your palms out and legs out, mat distance apart. Rest your forehead on the mat. So inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. As you exhale, we're going to lift everything up off the mat. Inhale and exhale, lower back down. Keep your gaze straight down at the mat. Okay, I don't want your neck to be kinked, or the back of your head to be kinked. Okay, inhale, engage. Exhale, lift. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower. Stay with me. We're strengthening the posterior chain muscles. Okay, those muscles surrounding the back side of the body. As we do this, this can help with posture. Okay, you're tightening up those muscles, correcting any muscular imbalances that you may have on the back side of the body. Can also help prevent injury. So nice strong movements. Last one. Nicely done, friends. Beautiful. From here, I want you to bring your legs together, point the toes, elbows are wide, pressing into the mat, engaging your abdominals and glutes. I want you to inhale with that engagement. As you exhale, you're going to lift your upper body up, extend your left palm out, right palm out, bring your right arm back and your left arm back, and then bring your arms back to that setup position and lower back down. Take a rest. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Toes are pointed, kneecaps are hovering. Exhale, we lift. Left arm comes out, right arm comes out, left arm comes back, right arm comes back, and then bring your hands back to that setup position, lower back down. Last one, okay? You can do this. Engage your abdominals and your glutes, kneecaps are hovering. Exhale, we lift up. Left palm comes out, right palm. Left hand comes back, right hand comes back, and then bring your hands back to that setup position. Lower back down. Beautiful. Rest your forehead on the mat, and then I want you to bring your right and left hands behind you with your elbows down into the mat. Okay, so interlace your fingers behind you, palms facing the ceiling. Engage your abdominals and glutes with your kneecaps hovering. As you exhale, I want you to go ahead and just relax your body, but bring your scapula back. So you're going to retract it back and then relax, bringing your elbows down to the mat. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Exhale, retract the scapula back, opening up the chest wide, and relax, elbows meet the mat. Let's do this a few more times. This helps with those rounded shoulders, okay? Helping posture correction here. Keep your glutes engaged to minimize any discomfort in your lumbar spine as we are laying in this prone position, okay? Last time. Nicely done. Beautiful. From here, release the palms, flip your palms forward. They're going to meet the mat. I want you to curl your toes under. You're going to press your body up and back into this resting pose, okay? So palms meet the mat. I want you to just sit back into it, and let's give our low back a little bit of a stretch. Hold the stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. All right. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. If not, let's go ahead and just get set up in that sideline position, okay? So from here, we're going to begin with a side plank, but I'm going to teach you the modified version. So I want you to go ahead and begin with your elbow stacked underneath your shoulder. Just get up on my mat here. Okay. Now, from here, your top palm can be pressed into the mat for more stability and support. Now your ribs, if you're sinking down into them, relaxed position here. I want you to gather them back up, engaging the deep core. Now your pelvis, let's address that. If your pelvis is rocked back or too far forward, we don't want that. So make sure your hips are stacked up nice and even here, okay? Now, with this correct position, let's begin. So your palm can be either on the mat, as I mentioned, or extended in the air for a little bit more of a challenge. But I will say if it's in the air, this will be a little bit more shoulder bearing. So just pick your form, whatever feels best to you today, okay? So we inhale, engage the abdominals and glutes. As we exhale, we're going to lift up, hold this side plank here, inhale at the top, and exhale as we lower back down. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes, lift the ribs. Exhale, we lift up. We're challenging the obliques. Inhale at the top, exhale, lower back down. Let's do this one more time. Inhale, engage the abdominals and glutes. We lift up. Inhale at the top, and exhale, lower. Then from here, let's add on to that. So we're going to inhale, engage the abdominals and glutes. Exhale, lift up. I want you to go ahead and add in a little clam. So you're going to open the top leg and close. Open, inhale, close, exhale for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Lower back down. From here, I want you to go ahead and stay on your forearm. Bend your legs 90 degrees, knee hip flexion. Okay, so you have this nice little angle there. Make sure your hips aren't rounded in. Keep length through the spine. From here, I want you to go ahead and open the top leg and close. So we're going to tap into that clamshell again. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Open and close. But make sure your abdominals and glutes are engaged. So really squeeze your glutes here. Keep your heels together for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. From here, I want you to go ahead and extend leg long as you inhale, reach. Exhale, bend at the knee. Inhale, reach leg long, and exhale, bend at the knee. Keep yourself propped up. Make sure you're not sinking down into that shoulder blade. Okay, keep the ribs elevated. Now this top hand can come in the air to challenge your balance and stability. For 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. From here, I want you to go ahead and lift this top leg up so your toes are pointed outwards, and then you're going to bring your toes together. So we're going to work on internal and external rotation here. This can help you if you feel like your hips are tight, or if your piriformis hip muscle is tight and your external rotation, so moving your foot outwards, seems a little bit pinched, or you can't move your foot out to the side very far. This will help with that movement. For 3, 2, breathe through it. Last one. Nicely done. Bring the legs together. Press yourself up. Bring this top hand up and over. Enjoy this stretch here. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the stretch. Swing your legs around the opposite side. Now let's tackle that same series on the opposite side of the body. So elbow underneath shoulder, bottom palm meets the mat. And from here, I want you to go ahead and either press your palm into the mat or extend it in the air to challenge your balance and stability during this side plank. So from here, lift your ribs. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Exhale, you lift up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Exhale, lift up. Hold it. Inhale, and lower back down. Okay, you'll feel this challenge here in your obliques. Stay with me, last one. Beautiful. Okay, a little bit of a challenge. So prepare as you inhale. As you exhale, then you lift. Then from here, we're going to keep our heels together and open and close in clamshell. Okay, with this lifted side plank. Again, your top palm can be elevated in the air to challenge your balance and stability. For 3, keep your abdominals and your glutes engaged. So really squeeze with your glutes here during this clam. Last one. Nicely done. Rest back down. Readjust your form here. Bring your legs in front of you, 90 degrees knee hip flexion. So again, we start with that clam by engaging your abdominals and glutes. We inhale as we open, keep the heels together. Exhale and close. Okay, you should feel this right here on your side booty. So we're strengthening our glute med and glute min. For 3. Nice and controlled here. 2. Moving this top knee up hip height. Last one. Beautiful. And then from here, I want you to go ahead and inhale as you extend leg long and exhale as you bend at the knee. So reach, reach, reach long, creating these nice lines throughout the body. Okay, making sure you still have length throughout your spine. Keep your ribs lifted. So this one's really nice if you are lying on a Pilates reformer. So you press the carriage away and then you bring it back together. For 3, 2, last one. Beautifully done. Bring the knees together. From here, I want you to go ahead and elevate the ankles up. So we're going to open the clam as you inhale. And exhale, bring your knees together. So your toes come together and then your knees. Okay, and if that doesn't feel good, you can always keep this bottom leg back down. So again, tapping into that internal and external hip rotation. Keep your ribs lifted. You should feel this in your side booty. So pretty much, this is a pretty good rule of thumb. Most things that you can do on a Pilates reformer, you can do on a mat. Some people also find mat a little bit more challenging because we are just working with gravity, right? So you have that there. But both are very, very enjoyable, very pleasant forms of movement for 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nicely done. Bring the knees together. Go ahead and press yourself up here. Top hand comes up and overhead. Enjoy this stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need it. And then we'll be headed into our mat portion next in the supine position. All right, so from here, come with me to the base of your mat. Let's go ahead and come back onto our forearms. Now from here, if you have a arch in your low spine, I'll try to show you here. So I want you to go ahead and retract the pelvis back, so tilt it back, drawing your belly button to your spine. Press your palms into the mat by opening up your chest nice and wide, bringing your shoulder blades up, down, and back. From here, I want you to go ahead and engage your abdominals and glutes. You're going to bring your left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop. Now from here, keep this nice steady move. We'll inhale as we lower one of the legs, dropping the toes down towards the mat. Exhale, lift. So we inhale, drop the leg down. So you're going to drop from the hip joint. Okay, what I don't want to have happen is you to reach and come down. We just go straight down from the hip. Exhale, come back up. Okay, now challenging the deep core here and the pelvic floor. Moving with control. Now the goal isn't necessarily to have your toes tap the mat all of the way. I want you to be able to just keep your pelvis in that same position. That's more important, okay? To help you with form and help refrain from any strain on your lumbar spine. From 3, stay with me. 2, nice strong core here. Last one, beautifully done. From here, both legs. So we inhale, lower down, exhale, come back up. Okay, so don't lose that core engagement. Only lower as far as you can maintain that same position in your pelvis. Okay, for 3, 2, breathe through it. I know it's challenging, you got this. And 1. Nicely done. From here, I want you to go ahead and drop your knees down to the side, and we're going to extend both legs long. Bend at the knee, bring your body back to setup position, drop the knees to the opposite side, and extend legs long. Okay, really keep yourself propped up here. Draw your belly button to your spine. Don't lose your form, your good form. Okay. Now I wouldn't call Pilates quote unquote hard. You know, these moves are I would say more simple. What's hard is keep creating that stability and form, right? Once you're in that correct form, that's what becomes challenging. You'll feel it more. And moving with control and precision, you know, those 10 principles of Pilates, that's what makes Pilates, I'd say, a little bit more challenging. It's very much so a mindful kind of movement. Last time. Nicely done. Beautiful. Bring one of your feet down and then the other foot. Go ahead and lower back here onto your back. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and make sure the back of your calf is slightly touching the back of your thighs. We're going to press our palms into the mat and open up our chest nice and wide. Relax your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis back. And then we're going to articulate up. So you're going to lift, your low spine comes up. And then your mid spine comes up. And then at the top, I want your ribs to not be flaring. So if they're popping out, I want you to gather them back together. Think knitting your ribs together, okay? Inhale at the top, exhale. We're going to lower back down so your mid spine comes down. And then your low spine. Relax your pelvis at the bottom, relax your neck. One more time, inhale. Exhale, tilt your pelvis back. Lift your bum up. So your your low spine comes up, and then your mid spine coming up into your shoulder blades. Pressing your palms into the mat. I want you to pause at the top. Inhale. You're going to bring your left leg to tabletop. Exhale, extend leg long. Inhale, bend at tabletop. Set the foot back to the mat. Inhale, engage your abdominals and glutes. Bring your right leg to tabletop. Exhale, extend leg long. Inhale, bend. Exhale, set the foot back to the mat. We're going to repeat this little sequence here. Now, keep your bum lifted. If you feel that your pelvis starts to tire out, you can always place your hands underneath your bum for more support. Okay? Keep those palms pressing into the mat. Make sure your ribs aren't flaring. One more time on both sides. Don't hold your breath. Nicely done. From here, I want you to go ahead and engage your abdominals and glutes. We're going to go ahead and pulse our knees towards each other, okay? So keep your glutes engaged. You should feel this here throughout your side booty, your glute med, glute min, and glute max. Feel your quads on fire. Enjoy the burn for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale at the top and exhale. We come back down. Nicely done, friends. Relax your pelvis at the bottom. Okay. So now that we've gone through the strength portion of our session today, let's add in some stretches. By crossing your heel over the top of your thigh, holding onto the back of your thigh for an even deeper stretch. Okay. We're stretching out our piriformis hip muscle here, the muscle that runs down through the hip all the way down the back of the leg. And this muscle allows our foot to externally rotate or turn out to the side. For 3, 2, and 1. Release the stretch. Same thing, opposite side. Now, throughout my studies in Pilates, I've learned that if we have tight hips or we haven't focused necessarily on a lot of hip mobilization and stretches like this that kind of open up the hip region, it can cause back tightness or back pain in most cases. So making sure we keep our hips nice and mobile is so important. And coming from one who has had multiple hip surgeries, you know, I found, and a bulging disc currently, I found that really helping mobilize the hips helps keep that pain a lot lower than when I don't. I feel it a lot more. So take it from me. Focus on your hip mobilization. It will benefit you greatly. And release. Nicely done. I want you to go ahead and drop your knees to the sides. Okay, we're going to turn our head the opposite direction. Feel this nice rotation through our spine, relieving any tension in the lumbar spine. Holding the stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Drop your knees the opposite direction, and then turn your head the opposite way of your knees. Nice big inhale, fill your lungs with air, and exhale, release for 3, 2, 1. Beautifully done. From here, I want you to go ahead and extend your left leg long, extend your right leg long. Hands come overhead, palms face the ceiling. Inhale as you relax your pelvis. As you exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis back first, engaging your abdominals and glutes. Hands come overhead, 90-degree shoulder flexion. Then we roll up. Keep your heels down on the mat. We're rolling up with control. Place your palms on the side of the mat. You're going to swing your legs around. Now from here, let's go ahead and tap into a little bit more of that hip mobilization that we love. So press your palms into the mat, and then with your legs hip distance apart, I want you to go ahead and inhale as you arch your back towards the ceiling. As you exhale, I want you to go ahead and reverse that stretch, but drop your bottom down towards your heels. And then you're going to swing around for some hip circles, okay? So arch your back up towards the ceiling as you come forward, and then reverse that stretch as you bring your bottom down towards your heels. So you inhale, come up, exhale, down and around, okay? This one is wonderful for relaxing any tension or tightness in the pelvic floor. Nice controlled movements here. You can also come onto fists if that feels better to you, so it's not so much wrist bearing. Now if our pelvic floor is tense, here, reverse hip circles opposite direction first. If our pelvic floor is tense and tight during the day, okay, so you know how you can kind of keep your glutes engaged or squeeze your bum, keep your abdominals engaged, maybe while you're standing or during an intense conversation, or maybe while you're doing even your dishes at your sink. I advise you to relax those muscles, okay, relax your pelvic floor. Try not to like suck it in. I know, for example, I do all the time. I find myself clenching or tightening during the day, and that will only cause extra added stress and tightness on those pelvic floor muscles. And when our pelvic floor is tight, that can also create tightness, tension, and discomfort in the low spine. So this is your daily reminder to relax. Relax those muscles. Don't clench or tighten. Okay. Last one. Up, down, and around. Nicely done. Go ahead and come back to setup position. I want you to go ahead and bring one of your legs forward. Shift your pelvis to that neutral position, okay, making sure your bottom isn't sticking out. Engaging the transverse abdominis, drop your hands down away from your ears. You're going to hinge forward slightly until you feel a nice stretch and opening through the front of the hip flexors, helping to mobilize the hip joint for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Bring that leg back. Same thing, opposite side. Okay. First, shift your pelvis to neutral, and then we hinge forward slightly until you feel a nice stretch. Okay. And I only during these workouts, you know, with me, I want you to only move as far as you feel comfortable. A nice stretch or a nice challenge through the moves. Never anything that causes pain. So if you ever feel sharp pain, I advise you to please stop. And if recommended, you know, always see a doctor for anything sharp pain related. And release. Nicely done. Go ahead and come on up to standing. Bring your legs a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Okay, so we're going to inhale as you bring your hands up and over, palms shine forward. Exhale, come down. Inhale up, engaging the quads, open up the chest nice and wide at the top. Taking a moment of gratitude to think about what you are grateful for today. I am grateful for mindful movement and for the ability that we have to be able to move our bodies and to be able to relieve stress and tension or tightness through movement and mobility. It's such a blessing. Nicely done. Last one. Beautiful. Hands come down to the sides. Let's end our class with a Pilates roll down. So from here, I want your legs hip distance apart, equal weight in both feet, 60% of the weight in the heel, 40% in the front of the foot. Shift your pelvis to neutral, engaging your abdominals and glutes, hands extended forward. You inhale as you bend first from the mid-spine, then you tuck your chin to your chest. With your knees soft, you're going to roll down, release your glutes as you cannot maintain that neutral pelvis anymore. Now as you get down to the bottom, I want you to not grip with your neck. So really release any tension in your neck. The crown of your head should face the floor. Inhale and exhale as you engage your glutes and stack up your spine bone by bone. At the top, drop your shoulders away from your ears. Nicely done. That concludes our 45-minute strength and stretch session for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next class. Bye-bye.